welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So, I decided today that I'm going to do a 7-day little series. I'm going to be going live every single day for 7 days. And I'm going to be doing a series on taking it back, reclaiming the industry, and some of the mindset issues that I've seen and had discussions with people on discovery calls, and so I just decided to do this series. So if you guys are watching me on the Power Circle group, I'm over here on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, you need to come over to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I have tons of videos on there. I have lots of trainings on there. I have a lot going on there, and the children are walking in. Hello, guys. I'm in a live now. Out. So, hold on. Lord have mercy. What are y'all doing in here? Come on.
Ow, don't scratch me.
Lord. All right, guys. I am back. Sorry about that. Lord, somebody got to help me with these kids. Somebody got to come help me. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Your girl Janice is live. Your girl Janice is live, and we are going into 7 days of mindset and ownership and action into ownership. So for all of my men and women out there who, you're kind of done playing it small and you're ready to take ownership, this is going to be the 7-day series for you, because I'm going to be talking about the journey. I'm going to be not only talking about my journey, but also walking you guys through some of my clients and their journeys, and just what it really takes mindset wise to actually make this dream a reality. So we're going to be talking about it every single day. And so today I wanted to kick off with the whole idea that entrepreneurship is a form of resistance. I just love that. Entrepreneurship is a form of resistance. And here's why I say that. Because, and before I get into it, real quick, guys, Chrissy Beauty Supply is having a grand opening tomorrow. If you're in New York and Brooklyn, come out to the grand opening. I'm going to have the information. The information is on my YouTube. I'm also going to post it on my Instagram page. So I will be there tomorrow. So if you are in New York City and you can come out to the grand opening and support our good sis in her launch. So we're talking about entrepreneurship being a form of resistance, and the first mindset shift, especially if you are someone who is working for someone else in a traditional 9-to-5 setting, like I was working in the corporate space. I was actually worked for the U.S. Treasury Department as a national bank examiner, flying across country, and you have to stop thinking like an employee. And you have to start thinking about being a part of a movement. And you have to start thinking about what economic freedom looks like for you. And that's like the first shift that you have to make. And literally tomorrow I will be in Brooklyn at the grand opening for yet another beauty supply store. And I am incredibly proud and excited about it because the store is absolutely beautiful. It's actually the store that's on the cover of my page. And I've been to lots of different stores and just felt the alignment was just there. And so, I'll be sharing more information about that tomorrow. I'm probably going live about that store tomorrow. So the store launch is tomorrow in Brooklyn, New York. But this is an example of a Black woman who took her power back. So Latoya, who is opening her store tomorrow in Brooklyn, New York, she is still working a traditional 9-to-5 job, blue collar worker, law enforcement, and literally shifted her mindset, got the funding, and made it happen. And tomorrow we will be celebrating her grand opening event for her beauty supply store. When she called me, she was like, I'm still going to be working my job, but I also want to do this business. I have it on my heart to open a beauty supply store. And literally started last year, or maybe a little bit, maybe a year and a half ago, we started the process with her, getting funding, getting the space, building out the space. So the space was like a custom build. So it's absolutely beautiful. As y'all can see, the space is really beautiful. And had a soft launch event. And so now we're having the actual grand opening event, which is like the big ribbon cutting event where all the people come out. But her story didn't start perfectly, like many of us here. Like it didn't, you don't start with all of the answers. You just make a decision to stop wanting someone to do something for you and just decide that you're just going to go ahead and just do it for yourself. Like you're just going to build your own table, create your own seats, and create your own way. Because a lot of times we have been conditioned, especially us in the Black community, especially Black women, we have been conditioned to just survive, like to just like let me just make it through the day. That's how I felt at my job. Let me tell y'all, that's not a normal feeling. To wake up every day and pray like God just get me through this day because of this job. If you wake up and you say that to yourself every single day, you should not be at that job. If you wake up every single day and you say that, you should not be at your job. I'm even here to tell you on the other side, the money may or may not be the same, but the love and passion and drive that is there fuels you when the money may not be there. So when I was working in my corporate job as a bank examiner, we were working very, very long hours and we were making very good money in the corporate space. I, at one point, was prescribed Xanax pills for the amount of anxiety that I had. Now, remember in 2008, guys, it was a mortgage crisis and all of these banks were filing bankruptcy and going under, right? This was when I was a bank examiner. So it was so busy and it was so crazy. And we were flying all over the country. And I had so much anxiety. I had crippling anxiety, y'all, that I was prescribed pills. And at that point, I had to make a decision. So what is going to be your deciding factor? So the deciding factor for me is having to take prescription medication just to get through the day and in that situation. I had to make a decision that this was no longer for me, that this was like my breaking point. Like me having to take these prescription medication, like that's a hard no. And that's not an easy decision to make, right? That's not an easy decision to make. But then I realized, like in life, it's just a series of challenging decisions. And it's just a series of trusting yourself enough to know that you are always going to make the best decision for you, right? Trusting yourself enough to know that you're always going to make the best decision for yourself. Because again, we've been conditioned to just survive, to go to work, to pay bills, to retire, leave a little money, maybe, I don't even know, and die. And then that's literally it. When you choose ownership, you are rejecting that narrative. When you choose entrepreneurship and you choose financial freedom, you are rejecting that narrative that's saying, I'm just going to work and get by and that's it. Like the narrative is completely different. The narrative is like, I am going to take charge of my future. I am going to own a piece of this business. I'm not going to just be a consumer. I'm literally going to own the building, not just own the shelves, but literally own the space so that Black women can come in and put their products on the shelf and have a safe space to do that. The second piece of this is breaking the employee mindset and going into an entrepreneurial mindset. So in my boot camp program, like this is the first module actually, where it's like the employee mindset. You have a set of daily habits and you have a way of thinking where it's like, let me get asked for this like 5% raise. Let me wait for permission. I have to ask for vacation. Let me wait until everything is secure, safe, and certain. Think like entrepreneurship don't work like that. It requires a different type of frequency for sure. the questions and the thought process that you go through when you're working for yourself and you own a business is, how do I create this? How do I bring this in? How do I circulate money in my community? Right? How do I essentially become the plug and not the purchaser, not the consumer? We're asking a different set of questions. So you don't need things to be perfect. You just need a plan. You need a roadmap. I opened my store in 2008. Like, the mortgage crisis was a terrible time to open a business. Unemployment was at an all-time high. And my parents was like, this doesn't make sense. You should probably wait to a better time. And how many times have you said that to yourself? I should probably wait to a better time. I should probably wait till things get better. Listen, I meet so many women that, so many women. Like, I've been doing this for almost 8 years. And y'all get on these calls, y'all get on these webinars, you have all the notebooks, you have all the Google Docs, you've done all the research, been following you for years, take all the free stuff, but still have not moved. You still haven't moved. Why? Why? Because you're waiting to feel ready. You're waiting to think that there's going to be like this perfect time and that this alignment. And that's a lie. That is a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. There's no such thing as a perfect time. Child, I have 5 kids. Like, there was never a time where I said, this is so perfect. Like, you have a kid and you just fall into motherhood or fatherhood and you make it work and you figure it out as you go along. But it happens, right? And so you don't need to know everything. You don't need to have like the full plan of how it's going to happen, because there's going to be pivots and it's literally a maze. You hit a wall, that wall is there for you to go somewhere else, and then you hit another wall, and you're constantly moving throughout this maze of entrepreneurship. And that is the mindset that we have to like ingrain ourselves in. It's like we're constantly figuring things out as we go. And when we're on this journey, we want to make sure that we have done enough research to lay out the land, lay out the roadmap, have a blueprint, find you a coach, right? And this is exactly why I decided to bring back the Beauty Supply Boot Camp program. Because for years, I did this boot camp program. And then I transitioned into just doing my one-on-one thing, which I absolutely love and I enjoy so much with me and my team. But then I decided this year that I wanted to do one special cohort of the Beauty Supply Boot Camp program, like literally for the first time in years. I've been like bring this program back. And this is the only cohort that I'm doing this year, period. So it's not like I'm going to be doing this over and over and over again. So if you guys are interested in finding out more information about that, I invite you to a call. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you to book a call to learn more about the program. You can also go on my YouTube page where I did a full training on it this past Monday. So that's up on my YouTube. That's up on the YouTube page. And then I'm also doing another training on Monday. So you can also catch that as well. You don't have any questions? Y'all got questions, I got answers. If you guys have questions, I have answers. So for those of you who are not familiar with the boot camp, it is a 6-week program that has access to our Beauty Supply University, which is a portal that has all of the trainings from 2017 up until now, 2025. So it's like hundreds of trainings on there. You get all of the templates, guides, vendor lists, product mix templates, like employee handbooks, SOPs, everything that you literally need to operate a store is in this portal in our Beauty Supply University. So you have access to that. And then every single week for 6 weeks, we are going to get together on Zoom where I'm going to be coaching you one-on-one on what you need to get your store up and running in the next 12 months. So it's a 6-week program. It's going to be me and my team, actually. So I got my team coming in, and they're going to be coaching you guys as well. So that consists of a funding expert. So funding and credit was like the biggest things that you guys said you had issues with in getting your store started. So I reached out to my funding friend and asked him to come on and coach you guys through the funding and credit. Right. We also have an interior designer, realtor, architect. My entire team is going to be coming on, and it's going to be a good time. Like, I think it's going to be an amazing time because I've done it in years, and so I'm really excited to get back into the group coaching space. So this is going to be live. I'm going to leave this up on this page so that you can watch the replay. I think I'm going to leave up the replay. Sometimes I'll say I'll leave up the replay and then I'll take it down. So you just got to catch me live. But I'm going to leave up the replay. If you're on my Power Circle group, I'm going to leave up the replay for you guys to take a look at the program and all of that. But y'all, tomorrow I will be in Brooklyn, though. I will be in Brooklyn celebrating one of my clients who is doing it, and she's doing it big. So Tracy Beauty Supply out in Brooklyn. The ribbon cutting is at 1 p.m. So if you guys can come out, that would be amazing. All right. So I am going to see you guys tomorrow. I will be probably going live from her store, which will be cool because y'all can see the store and all of that. And the link to book a call, I'm going to leave it in this video so that if you want to join the bootcamp program, you can go ahead and do that. We have some fast action bonuses, business plan done for you, plus an additional 12 months of access to the university. So that's fire. So if you want to get into that, you can book a call and we will get you started. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Love you guys. Bye.